All right, guys, so I'm going to start a YouTube channel. So one of the very first things that I wanted to do, and what I've been playing with the idea of, is showing you how to install a set of Baja Designs bumper lights into a Bronco Raptor. So when I was in Johnson Valley, I found out that the rigids are good lights, but they're not great lights. And Baja Designs hooked me up with these ditch lights, the Squadron Pros. Unbelievable light. Huge amount of light shot forward and to the right. What I found out is during a new moon in Johnson Valley and with the wind in February, you get a lot of dust and it was pitch black out. I installed them with just some gun tape, a basic socket set, and no real connections. I used what was in the kit, hacked it up a bit, didn't do anything proper with crimp connectors and all that stuff. So one of the things that we will do during this install video is we're gonna clean that all up. And then for the bumper lights, we're gonna go through and we're going to modify the harness that is stock on the Ford with the Molex plugs that's gonna go stock into the Baja Designs lights. Pillar lights, but if you look at my janky wiring job here, you know, these were just twisted together and I just over taped everything to wire in. And so not ideal, but you know, we're properly grounded out here and we're hooked into our auxiliary one, which makes it super easy with the Bronco, but we are going to clean this up. So. During the recording process, we kind of messed up a little bit, and I didn't get to show you everything that I wanted to show you during the installation process. So I'm just going to give you a quick walkthrough of everything you need to know to install these lights, from the original Bronco Raptor rigid lights and then putting in the Baja Designs bumper kit. This is the original light, and you'll see that there's plastic plugs. You move the plastic plugs, this piece comes off. And then you're gonna have some Allen bolts. This one is a hard one to get, these two here, because they're actually right up in here, so you'll have to really reach in and get them. And then this one was also a bit tricky. It will be probably filled with mud and a bunch of other stuff, and that one will be sitting right behind there. So that's just a couple of things that you should know. I think it's 5 or 6 in total Torx bolts you take out. And then you're gonna remove, there's 3 bolts here in the bumper. These 3 bolts come out, and that's what your new bracket will bolt to. After you mount this in, you're gonna have your 3 wires coming from each light, from your Squadron and then from the 2 S2s. So what I did, in order for this to work with my auxiliary 1 switch, is I used the supplied splitter that is supplied with the kit. So this will attach to this, and then that will attach to your main wiring. Now this piece was originally the Ford Y splitter for the rigid lights. What we did was we changed the 2 end plugs to the Molex to match the Baja Designs. That way it's just plug and play. And if you have to, just take note of the part number, and then you'll be able to just order that section from Ford if you wanted to go back to your rigid lights. And that's basically it. So put the splitter into 2 lights, connect this into the whole ensemble, and then this gets plugged into your main wiring harness behind the fender. And again, this is just for the Fords that came with the rigid lights in the bumper, right? So that you don't have to reroute everything and you can just use the existing electrical. I was telling you that I ended up wiring this all up with a bunch of junk connections. So basically with the supplied kit, it came with a 55-inch splitter. So that's what I have wired in here. goes through, attaches to the Baja Designs plugs, like the green ones I just showed you. So both lights got plugged into that, and then we modified the harness, and I put a Molex plug onto my upfitter switch. And you may not be able to see this, but it's right there. So my upfitter switch, I put a Molex plug, a singular one right here, right? And then grounded it to a ground position there. So that makes it nice and clean and almost factory in a sense. All right, so the install is complete. We got the bumper kit in, got the pillar lights rewired, everything's super clean. How to modify that harness so you can use the Molex connectors, how to rewire the upper part, hooking it into the upfitters, all that good stuff. So if you want, like and subscribe, and I'll try to make some more of these. We're gonna do stuff about photography, car mods, anything cool, and yeah, we'll go from there.